Hello, we are back once again on a happy Houston Rockets H-Town Rundown podcast here. I'm here with my co-host, Dante. You can follow him at Coach Dante31. Be sure to like and subscribe to his channel. He's also got a Twitter account at Coach Dante31, as well as Instagram and YouTube. All the same thing, man. Make sure you go follow him out over there. Be sure to follow this account at H-Town Rundown on the X app, as well as YouTube and Instagram. Guys, we got a lot to talk about today. Dante and I are excited. So let's just jump right into the intro, baby. Hey, we is back again, man. It's your usual host, Preston Sims. You can follow me at Drip. That's 2P's_GAWD on the X app, as well as Instagram. Dante, I can't wait to talk about this Lakers game. Oh my God, man. This is so good. We got a lot to talk about though today. So we're going to talk about the blowout win against the Hornets, which is just absolutely phenomenal. In the close game where we were down over 20 points, over 30 points at one point to the Nets. And then we're going to talk about the amazing mental game with the Lakers tonight. And then we talk about actually some of the Houston grades, part one for the front office and what we got going on over there. So Dante, let's do this, man. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this blowout win here. We ended up winning this game 138-104 against the Hornets a few days ago. Jalen Green, Fred, and Cam all went off in their own rights. Jalen played 20 minutes in this game. He had 36 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. 6% from the field. 60% from the field. Absolutely phenomenal. He did only go 2 of 7 from 3, 14% from 3. But that's what we focus on here. He made almost all his free throws. He shot 92% from the free throw line, which is absolutely phenomenal. And you got Fred. In his 30 minutes of play, he had 14 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, a steal, but 6 blocks. Yeah, 6 blocks from Fred VanVleet. I don't know what his career high is. That's got to be close, man. That's got to be close. He ended up shooting 55.6% from the field, 60% from 3, and he made all his free throws. Again, that was kind of a thing that was really hampering us down, and we'll talk about that with the next game, is that our free throws have really been hurting us, really been hurting us.
Yeah.
Then Slam Whitmore over here, man. He played 20.5 minutes. He had 24 points, 11 boards, and 2 assists. He shot 50% from the field, 44% from 3, and made all his free throws. Dante's going to have to break it down to us. As per usual here, you're going to talk about the paint play, the physicality that we ended up facing against the Hornets, as well as the rebounding. So go ahead, take it away, D.
Yeah, if it's any game, the Rockets need to get back on track after losing that game versus Portland, which is the game that we by far should have won. It was this New Orleans, Charlotte Hornets game. They came in, 10-33, and again, we coming in struggling. Off a bad loss, off a horrible loss, the worst loss of the season against the Blazers. We need to get off to a good start. We definitely did that. They got off to a 5-0 start, but we was able to come back with it. And with LP not scoring that much, that means somebody else needs to take the load. Jalen Green definitely did that by stepping up. And Cam Whitmore had a great fourth quarter. That fourth quarter was just tremendous watching this guy score. We had 53 rebounds. We pounded them on the glass. About 21 on the glass. We pounded them on the boards. We shot 39% from 3. So anytime we're making our threes for a high percentage, shot 56% from the field. We also had 34 assists. When the ball moving from one hand to another hand, that's a good more opportunities for other guys to get shots. And I thought Jalen Green set the tone in this game. I thought he was unstoppable from start to finish in this game. But Cam Whitmore was the game closer in this game. It was good for Cam Whitmore to come out, have a very solid game, and especially in that fourth quarter. Watching him shoot in that fourth quarter, that shot is very much improved since I saw it from the summer league. He was struggling a little bit in the summer league making that shot, but now you can tell he's been working on that shot. And Amin Thompson was really good, man. His athleticism, he got some crazy good athleticism, dude. And when Fred VanVleet, like I say, one of those veterans, when he's not scoring, as we saw tonight, which we'll talk about, if he's not scoring, he's always making an impact on the defensive side of the ball. That's what you get in Fred VanVleet, and nothing else to say, man. We just had an all-around good game. 138 when you're holding a team to 104. That means you're playing some very good defense, and then you're scoring at a high rate. So I like the defensive physicality we came out with. And Dylan Brooks, like I said, man, this man's been very good since he's been in Houston Rockets. So, again, 138-point shooting efficiency, making our free throws at 80%, and getting to the free throw line 31 times. That means you're being aggressive. You're taking the ball to the basket. And Jalen Green, this is one of these breaking point games that we needed him to have.
To get his first career double-double in the Hornets. Now, a lot of X discourse, over on Twitter and when I, was do it against another team, do it against, yeah. I get it. He had an okay game against, Portland, but we needed him, we needed more than 19 points on 55% true shooting. We needed more. And this game, he gave us more. He gave us a lot. He gave us 36 and 10, career rebounds. And not to mention on the defensive end, he had a couple steals. He was kind of putting the clamps on LaMelo a little bit. He's putting the clamps on a couple other players. He got players in foul trouble, This is the gentleman we like to see. It's really all about, his confidence, kind of like what they were saying in the live show today for the game against the Lakers is Jalen, his confidence, man. If his confidence is high, it don't matter.
Yep.
It's something about when Jalen is playing with Cam. I don't know what it is, but those two, dude, they're just a threat. I mean, I can't wait to talk about this Lakers game, but I mean, almost putting LeBron's retirement papers in for him today was absolutely but what more is there to say about this game other than we came out, we beat a bad team that's supposed to be in the lottery.
I mean, you're supposed to be teams like that. Anytime, like I say, man, you supposed to be. Everybody in this NBA can play, but again, you supposed to be bad. These are the teams you supposed to be. You supposed to be. If you want to prove that you're a playoff type of team, you want to make the playoffs. These are the teams you supposed to be, and teams like this, you supposed to be the team like this.
100%, and we did. We came out and smacked them from beginning to end. Like you said, they had that 5-0 start, and then we never looked back.
You don't want to give no team a feeling that they can come from behind and beat you.
Yep.
Because it's not a bad team like that. Yo,
no lead is safe in today's league, man. No lead is safe. It don't matter. So we're gonna move on from the Hornets game here and segue into the next game, which was the Hornets game. Now this is another game. This is the game I'm talking about as well, where Jalen we needed more from Jalen. Right, we needed more from our bench. We needed more from everybody. As you can see, for the keys to the game, I included the refs because man, they were blowing a lot of calls in this one. There was one play that we saw where Dylan Brooks was guarding Cam Thomas along the baseline. He very clearly steps out of bounds. The ref looks right at him, makes eye contact with his eyes right there, down on his foot, sees out of bounds. Doesn't call it. They get mad at Dylan for complaining about the call. You know what I mean? There's a couple other times where Jalen's getting wrapped up. They ain't calling it. He's getting like punched and beat out there. And it's like no wonder he shot 36% from the field this game because bro, he was getting abused when he went to the paint. They gotta call it. But we ended up losing this game. To be honest, we shouldn't have even made it as close as it was. Despite the refs that ended up happening, despite the awful foul calls. And despite how poorly we played in the first half, we shouldn't have even been as close as it was, 104-106 in the second year against the Brooklyn Nets. Jalen Green ended up playing 33.5 minutes. For this game, he had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and an assist and a steal. As I said, he shot poor. He shot 30% from the field, but he went 4 of 9 from 3, which is really, really nice to see. And he made all his free throws, again, something we like to see him do. And then Cam in this game, played almost 30 minutes. He had 19 points, 9 boards, an assist, and a block off the bench, which is really good for him. However, he ended up shooting 37.5% from the field, 43% from 3, and made all his free throws. So, Dante, go ahead, break it down. And why did we lose this game?
We lost this game because we had a horrible start of the game, and we were down by 28 in the start of the game, 28 in the first half. Cam Thomas, I know he struggled the first time when we played him. But when you let a guy like that get to the foul line and get hot early, you could tell it was going to be a long night for whoever was defending him. You can tell he was going to be on. But it just comes to show. I mean, again, they were struggling coming into this game, and you let them get off to a fast start. There was no defensive resistance in this game early on. Ime Udoka was flat out pissed, and I don't blame him. And like I say again, I'm glad that we got a coach that hold these players accountable and sit their ass on the bench when you need them to sit down on the bench. And you saw that earlier tonight, which we'll get into that game when we were up in the fourth quarter, how pissed off he was when he hopped off the bench. But you need someone like that that's gonna tell these players no game is easier. You need to play a full 4 quarters. And again, we lost the first 2 quarters tremendously. We started to make our run in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, we made a run. We got down by 6. I thought that was the momentum changer. We got down by 6. The time you're supposed to come back, but then all she wrote when Jay-Sean Tate shoots a damn step back 3, that's all she wrote pretty much. And I was just horrible to watch. And now I see why. You see why I'm saying that Cam Whitmore should be playing more than Jay-Sean Tate because of stuff like that. You don't shoot a step back 3, and we were down by 6 at that point on the verge of coming back. At that time, Cam Whitmore hit a 3 at the top of the key at that, and he was hot, man. Cam Whitmore has been so good, man. I'm impressed with him. Jalen Green had an okay game, wasn't great, but he was okay. But we won a rebounding battle by 15. But the only thing what lost us this game, 3-point shooting. They shot 35%. They shot 48% from the field. Alp struggled a lot in this game. Claxton played a little bit more better than he did. But I just thought our lackadaisical defense in the first half, that's what lost us this game. Combined being down by 28 appeared to be too much overcome. But again, we lost this game by only 2 points. But we need to come in focused each and every game. You want to try to get off to a good start. Against these bad teams, you can't get off to a bad start. In Brooklyn or in Charlotte or whatever bad team we face, you can't get off to these bad starts to have a feeling for these teams to win. We didn't take advantage of that early. We got down from the start of the game all the way to the finish. We had a little run in the fourth quarter, which we cut it in the 6th. But at that time, when Jay-Sean Tate took that step back 3-pointer, that was all she wrote. That was the momentum breaker, right? Momentum for them. Then, like I say, Cam Whitmore kept happening over and over. But again, we end up losing this game by 2. Dylan Brooks was shooting the hell out that ball in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he played well in the second half. I thought he came and played well in the second half. But again, we lost this game in the first half. The first 2 quarters of the game. That's where we lost the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that first half was absolutely atrocious. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw Jay-Sean take just do the step back motion, I literally had a heart attack.
Yeah.
I jumped out of my seat. I started yelling. I was like, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" I don't know if any of the viewers ever watched Cash Nasty when he played NBA 2K20. That is exactly how I felt. I was raging so hard, bro. I actually almost broke my earpiece because I was actually at work watching the game. Sitting in the back, chilling, like, yeah, we're going to lose this game. I'm still fun watching. They got close. I started getting into it. And I saw Jay-Sean Tate take a step back 3. Ooh. Man, if I ever see that man take another step back 3, bro.
Hey, when Will and Brad laughing at you about shooting a step back 3, that's how you know everything went bad when he shot that. I was surprised he even shot it out. Throughout this whole Rockets career, I never seen Jay-Sean Tate took a step back 3 into that game right there.
Never. First, it was a clutch time. Second, you're not a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Third, you taking a step. Ew. I know for a fact Ime had a conversation with him because he did not take no stupid type of shot like that at all after that. He was on his game tonight against the Lakers. He actually played well. He played with focus and intensity. That night, he thought he was that Jay-Sean Tate guy that dropped almost that 30-point triple-double almost. Way back when we first got him, when we thought he was going to be something like crazy. You know what I mean? He said, I'm the man. Yeah, no. Not right now, my boy. Again, respect the defense. Respect what he got going on over there. But I never want to see that shit again. I'm not going to lie. If I ever see that shit again, I'm shipping him to China myself. I will go buy your plane tickets. Don't worry. Let me go talk to the front office real quick. We'll get you for a bag of chips. But other than that, for the rest of this game, it was, again, we lost because of that first half. There's not really much other to say except we were lazy, didn't play a lot of defense. We were not intense on the offense. And I understand going into Brooklyn, right? Thinking like, yeah, this should be easy. They're a lottery team, yeah. But what we did against the Hornets is exactly what we should have done against the Nets, right? And the Nets, I think the Nets are a much better team. I mean, just play style wise, defensively, even offensively than the Hornets.
I think the Brooklyn Nets are way better than their record indicate. I really do. Spencer Dinwiddie is a veteran player. He's a veteran player that's been on some winning teams. Plus, we all know that he was on that championship team, that Western Conference team with Dallas with Luka Doncic. We already know. And Finney Smith was also on that team, so they have some experience. Mikal Bridges offensively went up another level since he left Phoenix. In Cam Johnson, one of their top players was out too. So we knew coming to Brooklyn, this could be a tougher game right here. But you got up to a bad start out of the gate, and you down by 28 in the game, and you like, what is going on? They would get any shot they want. At one point, they were 12 of 13 from the field. They only missed one shot from the field in the first half. That tells you right now we're not playing any defense. We're not guarding nobody from the three. We're letting them do what they want to do. We're putting them on the foul line. That tells you right now, tells you that how bad the game was going. But then again, we were able to make a run in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, we had a good great fourth quarter, which we got it down to 6. Again, to bring this up, when Jay-Sean takes the 3, Cal Whitmore is hot. He just made a 3 from the top of the key a few minutes ago, and then he just played a little bully ball going to the paint and making a little tough floater over there. And then that dunk that he had on that fast break when he damn near glided from the free throw line and went on and hammered it home. That was nice.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But other than that, I'll say it was a little bit too little, too late. We appeared to be down by too much going into this game. But I thought the momentum if we were going to come back and win this game, it was going to be down when we were down by 6 and we still had some time left.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we got one of the viewers right here talking about some get Tate off my team agenda. Yeah, honestly, like
I've been saying that for the whole offseason. I've been saying it since last year, really. I say that since last year.
Yeah, and it's no disrespect, to Jason Tate. I just think he's built for a playoff team that's got a lot of shooters around him. That's what he's either gonna play your 4 because he can't shoot, or he could play your 1 off the bench that just can't shoot necessarily on a championship team. That's fine. That's okay. He's just not for a team right now. He brings a lot. He brings a lot to the team that I think is necessary. But the way that Cam's playing, and let's just jump right into it, Dante. The way that Cam's been playing.
I keep saying it. I say Cam is maybe a little bit more better for right now.
I mean, in his that game where a couple games ago against the Hornets, where he had 24 and 11 off the bench, him and Tari are the only 2 Houston Rockets to have in 20 minutes or less a double-double off the bench. That's incredible. Him and Tari. And then the last time someone did it was from 1938 or 1938. My goodness, 1984. And that's a long time before we only hit that steady. And to see that Tari and Cam have already decided to go off like that is just absolutely phenomenal.
And this dude missed 13 games of the year playing in the G League too. Yeah, he almost at 11 points per game. He's almost at 11 points per game. Last time I checked, he was at 10.5 points, and he's almost, and that average just went up tonight.
Yep, yes, sir. I mean, we saw he's putting up almost as many points as he is for, just in general for his minutes. He's that point per minute kind of man. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we saw at the end, kind of around the first quarter there, Cam had 12 points in 4 minutes. I just want to put that out there. 12 points in 4 minutes. That's absolutely crazy.
That was
almost posted LeBron. Almost played his ass in retirement. The whole bench is jumping up like, oh my gosh, this dude. Cam's out here getting steals, playing defense, or getting these passes on him. I mean, my goodness. And, just like AD talking about over here in the comments, man, JG is on his season redemption tour, man. He's been playing really, really, really well lately. And we're going to jump right into that now, actually, about, this is a good one, right? Now, it did look a little dicey. It started to look a little close there in the fourth, a little bit.
You don't have to spend, so you have to spend 3 timeouts and yell at.
Udoka called those T's, and he let us know what was good. He started yelling at the asses. Darvin Ham was standing there with his hands in his pockets, acting like LeBron was going to go God mode. LeBron did not get to. And then there's the thing I'm really going to hit home in this once Dante breaks us down. But so we ended up winning this game 135-119. Jalen Green, 41 minutes, 34 points, 12 boards. Career high yet again, another double-double, 7 assists, and a steal. Jalen was on triple-double watch at the half, man. That was crazy. And then Alperen Sengun played 39.5 minutes in this game. He had 32 points, 12 boards, 7 assists. Identical stat right there. But he had 2 steals and a block, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then again, Cam here, man, the point-minute man himself. He had 18 minutes played, but he had 20 points and 6 boards. He was just collecting the things. He ended up shooting 58% from the field, 33% from 3, and 67% from the free throw line. Along with that, Alp, his free throws is starting to trend downwards. It looked like it was starting to trend upwards, but it started to trend downwards again. He's shooting 50% or around 60% in the last few games, which is not phenomenal. We would like to see an increase in that. But go ahead, Dante. Go ahead, break the game down. Some of the keys he's going to talk about here is the rebounding battle, how we absolutely destroyed them on the fast break, and then the overall mentality of the game.
Well, like I say, Mr. AD, I love when we beat the Lakers. When we beat the Lakers, I love it each time. And every time Jalen Green played the Lakers, especially in Toyota Center, notice a trend that he goes off every time we play. He plays them in Toyota Center. But LP, like we've been saying all year, he should be an all-star. But like I say again, the whole Rockets fan base, if LP is not on that all-star reserve team, need to boycott that, need to go on X, whatever that is, and boycott that, because it would be a shame to leave this guy off the all-star reserve team. It is a shame. How many centers did he play that supposed to be top defensive centers, and he put them to work? You talking about Wemby. He put him to work. He took Chet Holmgren to school. He took Valanciunas, who he played next 2 times to school. Put LeBron in the rim tonight. Every center that he went against almost, he put him to work. He went to work on Walker Kessler. Is one of the best rim protector defenders in the league. Young rim protectors in the league. And he takes him to school. So every center that he went up against, he takes him to school. Mention the Milwaukee Bucks, taking Brook Lopez to school. He took every center that he played. Yes, he had some games that, he didn't perform well in, but LP took most of the top centers in the league. Really, these are defensive centers to school. DeAndre Ayton had it the other night versus Portland. Tonight, you had Anthony Davis, and you had Jackson Hayes trying to guard him. When every time a coach have to switch another player up on you, that means you're doing something good. And LP had that all year going on with teams. They tried to put, you remember that game against New Orleans? They tried to put Robinson Earl on him. They tried, and then he ends up taking him to school, and they say, "Oh no, LP, oh no, Valanciunas, you got to get back on him." Still was taking him to work. That's how good LP is. But in this game, Jalen Green, man, 3 straight double-doubles, if I'm not mistaken, 3 straight, 34 points, 12 rebounds. This is a game that we was up from start to finish. We jumped on him, came out and jumped on him, and Cal Whitmore had a great ending of that first quarter, man. That was something special that he had, man. And again, we always got to find a way to lose a quarter and give up 30 points in the quarter. And that fourth quarter can be more heated than I ever seen Ime Udoka.
Mm-hmm.
From 3 timeouts in the fourth quarter, because this team almost let this Lakers team right back in the game. It got to a point, middle of the fourth quarter, where he took all the starters out and put some of the bench guys in just to send them a message, hey, we got to play. This game ain't over. We was up by 30 points, but this game ain't over. I know Fred VanVleet went 0 for 3, 0 for 4, but he had 14 assists and played some hell of a defense in this game, man. And again, we had 36 assists. We were moving the ball around, almost 40 assists. Each time you move the ball around and the ball go from one hand to another hand, that's good. That's telling you that everybody getting shots. The ball movement is pretty good. Again, we had 68 points in the paint in this game, and we was up from start to finish. We shot 53% from the field. We was up from start to finish. I thought our defense was very good early on, but again, in that fourth quarter, We got down. We got too relaxed. Ball stopped moving. Started missing shots, and Ime Udoka at the time call a timeout to get things right. And Dylan Brooks, that step back that he made over LeBron, I loved it that. And he looked at him and talked back to him.
He did. He was looking at him. Okay. So that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about is obviously, Fred or Jalen, Şengün, and Cam carried the offense in terms of like statistically, but Fred with his assists and his basketball IQ and Dylan getting in their head, he carried mentally. Those two carried mentally so hard this game. I hope people understand that. Immediately right out the gate, Brooks knows that there's some tension kind of going, and he starts causing it. He starts kind of doing his Draymond-esque thing. He likes to take them risks, because he's okay with picking up a foul. He's okay with picking up, a tech or whatever, He don't care about that. But he got Vandal ass in trouble immediately and got his ass kicked out the game. Then entire rest of the game, he set the tone, right? Now, I'm not saying we won this game because of Dylan Brooks, but Dylan the villain was in full effect all game long. He pissed off D'Lo. D'Lo got attacked. He was pissing off LeBron. LeBron missed 2 clutch free throws. He was pissing off Christian Wood. He pissed off Jackson Hayes, and Hayes got attacked. We got 3 free throws that cut the entire mood of the entire game and the possession simply because they couldn't quit getting off Brooks. They wanted to come in there and set the tone against Brooks, but once Dylan got in their head, it was over. And what was really interesting is he got in LeBron's head too. Yep. LeBron was mentally tired. He just had a career high in rebounds against Curry. The game they had last night between them and Golden State Warriors was absolutely phenomenal. Yep. Double overtime. It was just bucket after bucket. And D'Lo has been playing really, really well. When you go look at the stat sheet, it says he shot 3 of 12 from 3, but I feel like he was killing us from 3. Just watching the game, it felt like he was going off, but he, on paper he wasn't. But Dylan got in their head, man. Dylan defensively broke them down, right? And obviously, again, they're second night of back-to-back. They were tired, they started to give out, but in general, they fought from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, right? They fought the entire way, and I know Ryan Hollins and them on the pod there, they're talking about some, or on the cast, they're talking about some Ham might wave the white flag. I was like, nah, LeBron don't want to lose. He wants to get in the playoffs. He's not trying to lose to the Rockets because that was an important game for seeding and whatnot, And I don't know what happened. They started to pick it up. Everybody started going off. Like, I didn't know Jackson Hayes could hoop like that. That was surprising to me.
Hayes is a guy that don't play a lot. He's a guy that don't play a lot. But since wasn't no AD, he went in out and he played. He even had a dunk over Al P.
He did. It was kind of nasty.
But like AD said, which I 1,000% agree with, ever since about the trade rumors to D'Lo, and I think D'Lo still will gonna get traded. I think he's still gonna end up getting traded. He's been playing well. He's been shooting the ball. Playing super well and all of that. Yeah, but I still think he's going to end up getting traded. But, it seems like he's a little bit pissed off about those trade rumors right there. But I think they still going to find a way to trade him. And anytime, like you're a Lakers, you're 24-24. And when you're on a LeBron-led team, somebody going to have to go. Somebody's going to, if things don't work out, somebody got to go. And there's always going to be a trade, a midseason trade that the Lakers or whatever team LeBron on, that's going to be made. And like I say again, I think we'll be in a trade mix for someone this trade deadline. But again, man, like I say, we got to do a better job of playing all 4 quarters. We don't play all 4 quarters a lot. We seem to give up those big time quarters, man. It's always that one quarter that stop us from winning the game. It's almost like a definition of how Steven Silas said, I'm like, we played good for 2.5 quarters, great for 2.5 quarters. We come out, jump on an opposing squad, and then you be like the third quarter. Like, God damn, what went on? What went on? That's how it was like the fourth quarter. So I was like the same thing like the fourth quarter. We was up big, and then we got too comfortable, and then the Lakers start they comeback. Rui Hachimura, another good player that they got, making threes. Jackson Hayes making an impact on the offensive and defensive side. Same thing with Portland. That third quarter lost us the game. That third quarter, that Portland third quarter, lost us the game right there. So again, we got to do a better job of playing all four quarters, and we haven't done a very good job. Luckily, again, we was up big in this game. We was up 30 in this game. Same situation where we was down against Brooklyn. It was just too much to overcome. So again, man, proud of the guys for tonight, but we got to get some things cleaned up.
Yeah, we do got to get a couple things cleaned up here, just in general. However, I did want to hit home on one thing that we did hit right. So in terms of the fast break points, Dante, how many fast break points do you think we had tonight?
I know we had over. Did we have over 30 some fast break points tonight?
We had 29.
20. Okay, I was close. Okay.
Yeah, you were right there, right on the nose, man. Yeah, we had 29 fast break points.
We was getting out and running. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we don't utilize the transition offense as much. We're really just kind of like all right, get the rebound, set up, and then we make our play because we are a really good half court team. We are I don't want to say elite, but a fantastic half court team.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get better at transition play, right? If we can get that fast break, get that fast break stuff down consistently, where we're scoring at least 15 plus points, every night off fast breaks, that might be a difference maker for us, right? Seeing as like our record is right now. Speaking of record, we officially have the same amount of wins this season as we did last season. Officially,
that's
we have 22 wins.
Yeah, we gonna get past the 22 wins. Yeah.
We better not go on a 30-game losing streak. Don't jinx it now. Come on.
I ain't gonna jinx it. I like I say, Ime Udoka. Like I say, we was gonna have a better team than we had than we had way last year. Now, we're gonna break out. We're gonna get over those 22 wins. But like I say, I think we're gonna have a 40-some win season this year. I think we're on a good place to have a 40-some win season. We're gonna be in part of that play-in tournament thing, be in and out, be part of that thing, in a mix of things in that play-in tournament. Now that we got to win over the Lakers, it feels more and more better and stuff like that. So yeah,
definitely, yeah. And again, this win was huge for us in terms of seeding, right? So now the Lakers, I think they are 24 and 25 now.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, that's right. I think they're 24 and 24.
24 and 24. Okay, so they still got a 50 record, right? So they have to lose their next game. We have to win 3 straight in order to even be in the play-in still.
Yeah.
But we're right there. It's really the Lakers, us, and Golden State Warriors fighting for that. Because for some reason the Jazz just don't know how to lose and refuse to be a bad team. They're a bad team, but they're not they're not bottom of the barrel like the Hornets or anything like that. But
it's something telling me like the Jazz. I think they want to be a tanking team. They want to be a bad team, but just because Jordan Clarkson and marketing on that team, and somehow, man, about those guys, man, they trying it whatever it takes to be a bad team, but it just ain't happening. Them veterans just leading those guys, and like I said, I think John Collins is going to be a guy that's out too. I think he's going to be a guy that's traded. He's been talking about he's frustrated with his role, bro, and every team he goes to, he's frustrated. That's why I don't want him over here. Every team he goes to, he's frustrated with a role. And I think it's a chance they still unload Jordan Clarkson them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they keep them because they're in the hunt. They right there.
Yeah, they are right there, so they could potentially have a push to kind of say, okay, cool, we made the play-in. Or they could go full tank mode by, the All-Star break here around the trade deadline, which is in a couple weeks, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 2 weeks. And by the trade deadline and see if they can make some moves over there, probably like you're saying, likely to unload Markkanen, likely to unload Clarkson to some teams that are definitely looking for that they're like that 7th, 8th seed. I think a Jordan Clarkson would be huge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that would be crazy to have him off the bench. And there's a couple other teams that could definitely use a Markkanen type guy. I mean, to be fair, what team couldn't use a 7'1" 3-point sniper that plays like a guard? To be fair, he's also a pretty good rebounder for what he is, but he just can't play no defense. However, enough about the Jazz. I don't care about the Jazz. What I care about is what Houston can do going forward, and hopefully that's making the play.
Yeah,
that's kind of that seems like the goal right now. Because this way through the season, we're not Ime is playing their guys, unless we're getting blown out, which I think we've only been blown out 3 times this season. One of those was like, I think the first or second game against the Magic. And that's essentially been it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe.
Yeah, we haven't been blown out more than 3 times, which for our record, for what we've been doing, I'm okay with that. I'm really, really okay with that.
It's gonna be some nights that we're not gonna be ourselves, but like I said again, we're right there in these games. That's what is so good about it, that we're right there in these games, that we're not getting blown out. The last 3 years, it felt like damn near we got blown out every goddamn game. It just felt that way, damn near the way we played. But other than that, we knew that coming into the season, this was gonna happen. We're gonna be way more competitive than we are. We knew it. So at the end of the day, I'm just proud of the state with this team, man. We're already at 22 wins. We're gonna definitely get well over 22 wins. We're on our pace to get at least 40 to 44 wins, and that would be a huge stepping stone right there.
Huge. If we can double the amount of wins that we had last year compared to this year, first off, if we have 44 wins, Ime is coach of the year. I don't care if we're the 10th seed. I don't care. 44 wins. Again, that's double plus 1 win, or plus 2 wins than we had last year. Yeah, that's coach of the year. I don't even care what seed we are at that point. 42 wins. Another thing also is I am selfish in this respect. I do not want Golden State making the play-in at all. It seems like everything is going up in flames and everything's burning down. I've never prayed for a downfall for a team, but the fact that Golden State is burning up makes me so happy. I didn't wish much for Christmas this year or last year. However, this is a beautiful present, seeing them burn down. So I would like to be the team that keeps them out of the play-in, honestly, making sure it's us. And the Lakers, Jazz can sit out. Golden State can sit out. They can trade Curry to the Hornets.
Ever since Jonathan Kuminga, ever since he was frustrated about his role, he's been good. It looked like the Warriors been playing him pretty much. But, I mean, look out. The Warriors could unload some people, too. They can very much unload people, too. I still think they could. They could definitely do that. But right now, like I say, we in good shape. It just don't seem like the Warriors are there. Right. I just think if there's any year that we can make it in over the Warriors is this year. I just really do. Even the close games they're losing. Like, you normally see the Warriors win a lot of these close games, like against Sacramento. A couple of years ago, they would have won that close game when it was 144 to 143.
But Fox clamped his ass up, man. Oh.
And the Lakers game, the overtime, they would have won that game a couple of years ago. They would have probably blown them out.
I don't think even been overtime, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. But if it's the year that they struggling right now, that it's time to get them. I think this year we need to go ahead. We need to get them. We can get them.
Yep. This is the year. This is definitely the year. Speaking of, if hypothetically, no, this is something I didn't actually add into the podcast info. I'm just definitely kind of railing off here. Hypothetically speaking, if there's a way we can make it work without giving up too much, would you trade for one of Klay Thompson or Draymond Green?
No.
Neither one.
I don't want now one of them.
Neither one of them. Okay. I mean, I'm still a fan of what Draymond brings, like mentality-wise and energy-wise, but he's not somebody that I necessarily want on the team. So I just wanted to see, what you thought about, what you were thinking for that, most definitely. So yeah, I think that's really going to be close to what we've got here. So now we can actually talk about the fun stuff, the meat of the episode, right? We're going to jump into the Houston season grades, right? So part 1 here is going to be the front office and coaching and how they've done so far for midseason, right? So let's just start off with, I think the front office as a whole is sitting at a B. From drafts to players they've re-signed, to being able to acquire players and the coaching that they acquired, the way that they managed said players. I think they could do better. I think there's some people that we still need to let go. I think there's some trades that still need to be made. Of course, I'm not in the front office, so I can't sit here and say, like what their plan is and all of that. However, as a fan, this is what I've noticed is that we're still holding on to players, right? So a guy that we've been holding on to, again, just guy we keep holding on to, Tate. All right, we just gotta let him go. All right, we just gotta let him go. respect him, right? He's great. He's been really fun. He's done a lot for the team. I appreciate the journey he's had here, but kind of like Eric Gordon in the same sense of you just ran your course here, right?
Yeah.
You're not providing anything different. Dylan Brooks provides the same thing that Jayshawn Tate provides, minus the playmaking ability, but double or triple the 3-point efficiency, right? So that's really like where we're at. And what we struggle on isn't necessarily defense, it's offense, right? And again, Tate provides a lot of defense. I could see us getting a defensive presence in somebody else, like a big man, like we talked about, like Daniel Gafford or a Clint Capella type, just something around that, that would kind of make up for what he does, but they're bigger, and it looks like to play him at the 4 or try to run him at the 1 when Amen Thompson, who has shown the ability to shoot, isn't labeled as a shooter, right? Teams still don't respect him. Teams still don't respect him as a shooter and whatnot, he going.
Yeah,
he's going.
I've been saying it last year. Last year he needs to be out.
It's Tate, and then I know Boban's here for the vibes, so there's that. But there's a couple other players that we have on the team that I wouldn't mind letting go. If we can get something good, Aaron Holiday is one of those guys. We've got a glut kind of that 1 and 2 guard spot, right? Especially trying to fit, given a men 30 or 20 plus minutes. Cam, he's only getting the minutes he's getting now because Tari isn't playing. So once Tari comes back, what are the minutes going to look like? What's the rotations going to look like? That's kind of something that's eating me a little bit. So those are some players I need to stick on. Yeah, but those are some of the players I need to stick on. So I'm going to give them a solid B. I think there's a lot that needs to change. But, from then to now to bring in the personnel that they've brought in to where we are as a team, the communication they've had with the community as well, and kind of some of the fun stuff that the front office has done as well. It's just really nice to see them talk to the community and interact with the community as well. However, we got to make some changes. We should make them sooner rather than later. So I would give them an A minus. However, they're just holding back, and it's really holding back our team, I think, in a lot of respects. So I'm also still kind of confused on the direction of the team. Obviously, we want to win, but we have these rookies who aren't getting minutes to, grow themselves, right? So are we prioritizing completely winning, or are we prioritizing, the growth of our young players? Again, like Alperen Sengun, who's been phenomenal, still can grow in places. Jalen Green obviously can still grow in some places. So, I'm still confused on exactly what we want to do, because in some ways we will be playing really well, but we'll be down by a few points, and then he'll put in the young guys and we'll lose by 15, instead of trying to win that game, he puts it on the young guys. And then there's games where we are losing and he'll keep our guys in up until the very last second. We'll still lose by 15 or 20, So just depending on like, if it's a give and go situation, I'm not sure the direction of that exactly. Obviously, I think we're trying to go for wins. We're prioritizing wins, but also attempting to grow our players at the same time, which is just not super efficient. But we'll end up seeing what happens at the end of the season. We've already seen our guys grow leaps and bounds, especially Cam Whitmore. He's just another gem in the draft, which is again why I got them at a B. Just phenomenal, man. Their drafting skills are crazy. You got Alperen Sengun, Tari. You ended up getting out, Cam there. I just they and even Josh Christopher I thought was a really good pick back then. It all depends on what they end up doing for in the front office, but I'm giving the front office a solid B for right now. Dante, what do you think?
I'm giving the front office a B as well. I'm gonna go up a B plus. I think we had a great draft. I think Cam Whitmore slipping down at 20, which made it a B plus for me. For 19 teams to pass up on him and we the one to get him, I think we had a B plus. I think we are trying to win. If you get a coach like Ime Udoka, and that he already put the thing out in the press conference. He's trying to win. He's not coming in trying to lose, but I think he's doing a good job of playing our young core, and our young core is getting better and buying into them. So I think it's a combination of developing the young guys, and we're winning with those young guys. Like I said again, this is pretty much the same team we have outside of Josh Christopher, outside of Tata Washington, who I was a big fan of. But we already know what happened. Steven Silas didn't play him a lot. He rather played Daisha Nix than played him a lot. So he messed over his growth. This pretty much the same guys. We just put veterans around them. That's going to keep them in check. That's going to hold them accountable. I think we had a B+ off season. Again, anytime you nail the draft, and then you got a potential. See, you got 2 top 5 picks basically. You got 2 top 5 picks, but even though Cam Whitmore we picked him at 20. He was a top 5 pick, considered a top 5 pick coming in. We thought about picking him at 4. Right? Yeah. We thought about picking him there, but again, he fell down and we got him. So I thought we nailed the draft. I thought we did a very good job in the offseason, getting some veterans. Like he said, in the Ime Udoka, everything Ime Udoka said in his first press conference, we got. And if Ime Udoka, I don't think Fred VanVleet, Jeff Green, and Dylan Brooks are on this team without Ime Udoka being on this team. I don't think we get these guys. With the cap space we still have, even though if it's a different coach, I don't think we get these guys. So he even came up and said it and said, I'm trying to add a mix of veterans in this locker room too, and he did that. So I give it a B+. I think he's managing the young guys well. As long as he's playing the top core of these young guys, I'm fine with that. And then not only they playing, they're producing at a good high level. Mm-hmm. So that tells you about something he's doing right, and we're developing them well.
Definitely. That's pretty well said. So I know in the front office, we definitely talked a little bit of coaching and all that, but I included the coaching aspect of like more or less like what the front office is telling coaching what to do, because obviously they are going to do what coaching is going to do at the end of the day. However, the front office does have some sort of influence above them and whatnot. I mean, we saw with Puppet Silas, anytime that front office comes up, they was out here playing him as a fiddle, But at the end of the day, that's all right. AD, I do agree. Yep, front office B. Yep, yes sir, yes sir. So now we're gonna go to coaching. All right. So overall coaching has been quite interesting. I started with the front office and understanding all that. So go ahead, Dante, and break down coaching. What grade do you give them? And I'll jump on after you. How about that?
I get a coaching for as of right now. I get a coaching an A for the coaching. I think the coaching is really good. I know it's some leaps and bounds, but again, this is what I expected to be a better team. I mean, even though we're under 500, I'm not looking that we're under 500. I'm looking at these players in a way Ime Udoka, got these players, holding these players accountable. And if they're not playing good defense, or anything, a lack of effort, if he sees something, he's going to call a timeout or even put you on the bench. We seen that with Jalen Green. So he got the respect of those players. He got the respect of that front office. The front office is no longer being a part of the practice session like they were doing in Steven Silas, telling him what to do, because they trust in Coach Ime Udoka. And I think Ime Udoka is on the right track. So I'm going to give the coaching an A. But how it started? I know it was Summer League, but we went to the Summer League championship with Ben Sullivan. That tells you everything. That tells me everything. This coaching staff is a little different than when we first started. But again, I'm going to get a coaching A. I thought they doing a tremendous job. And we already at 22 wins. And we're going to get well over that this season. So, and we're competing with some of these very good teams. We're right there with some of these very good young, some of these teams. We're right there with them. And we're not getting blown out. We're competitive each and every night. So I'm going to give Coach Ime an A. It's not easy coming over from Boston, from a championship organization, and coming over to a franchise that's winning 20 to 19 games for the last 3 years and then change the culture immediately over here.
Yeah, almost. I don't want to say like overnight, but like during training camp, I think the players were like shocked. They're like, "Oh shit, we actually have to win. We actually have to play and practice and be here." Honestly, facts.
Me and AD on the same page.
Now, again, I'm gonna be a little bit more harsh on coaching. I'm giving them a B+. I'm gonna give them a B+ because there has been some questionable times for rotations, for what players are playing what, like what minutes. Sometimes we've got players like, I don't know, let's say like Jayshawn Tate playing 20-some minutes and then Cam Whitmore getting like 7 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that should not happen, and I hope it does not happen again. I am not trying to see Jayshawn Tate ever play more minutes than Cam Whitmore. Unless Cam is having an unbelievably off game, Tari Eason is in Canada and Tate is our only option. You know what I mean? Like there's not many times I should see Tate out there over Cam anymore, especially going forward, especially after this 5-game stretch that we've had. Cam putting up, I think he went on a stretch of at least 12 points a game, and there was only one game where he scored single digits, and that was because we played Boston. And I mean, Boston was hungry. That's okay, that's not his fault. That's not his fault. It's his first career start against Boston, and he was tasked with guarding at times Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the team that just went to a championship literally, the year before. So I understand Tate is the Alfred Blue of the Rockets. Oh my God. He's speaking facts that, again, it's not that against Tate. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I don't want my words to be misconstrued as that I dislike or even hate Tate. I don't. I do enjoy Tate. I think he's a good player. He brings a lot to the team. Just not my team.
Yeah.
Just not my team specifically. Yeah. Don't take that anymore.
Yeah, I'm dying because AD said Alpha Blue was our starting running back, and that's sad that he was. That's just like Jayshawn Tate being the starter, and that's sad. With them two in the same category, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. It was also in another thing that now that we're talking about Tate again, another thing that I want to talk about is the reason why I'm giving them a B+ is because there was in the lineup we had Jayshawn Tate starting in the lineup, right? We had Tari Eason. We didn't start Tari Eason, all right? And then he gets injured and whatnot. We didn't start Cam until Cam proved himself 4 games in a row, had a stinker, and then he buried him back on the bench and let Tate play more minutes. We should see what the Rockets look like without Tate for a couple games. Just DNP him for like 2 or 3 games, just see what's up. We got to shake it up a little bit. And then again, I know trades and whatnot are mainly would come from our front office, but I need to see some movement, some roster changes and construction. I mean, it's nothing against players like Nate Williams, but that's not a guy that should be on our team if we're trying to win. That's a 2-way contract kind of guy. That's just kind of here to soak up like 30 seconds to a minute every night. I'd rather just have Cam Whitmore play those minutes. I'd rather have Amin Thompson play those minutes. You know what I mean? I'd rather have Jabari Smith play those minutes. There's not any garbage time minutes where our young guys should not be playing. And I understand pulling our starters, but to put out like guys and then or like have Boban play. There was a game Boban played 8 minutes. I don't care how much we're down by. Boban should never play 8 on our team. Again, respect Boban, respect the coaching, but absolutely not. So that's why I give coaching a B+. It's just there's a couple things I want to see tweaks. I want to see some differences. Dante, do you disagree with me?
Like I said again, I'm not mad at it. So like I said, we on the same page. But like I said, from saying Tyree Eason is out, so you're down 1 player at the 3 spot. So when you're gonna need someone to fill in those small forward minutes, and I don't mind them playing Jayshawn Tate. I don't mind him playing it because again, I think we're gonna trade him. I think he's gonna be gone. If I have to guess, I think he's gonna be gone at the trade deadline. So I don't mind playing him and making his draft stock go up. I mean, even though his ain't gonna go up much, but again, last year we saw second round picks just move. So you mean tell me we can't spend second round picks to get someone else to get Jayshawn Tate off our team? Then you can have a rotation of Eason. You have a rotation of Eason and Cam Whitmore. Just be the players coming off the bench. Coming off the bench behind Dillon Brooks. So you can have that combination on the floor. And one thing, like I say, I agree with you. When Tyree Eason comes back, How what would he do with Cam Whitmore? Because I think at the end of the day, you found minutes for Aaron Holiday, of course, when Amin Thompson was out. But when Amin Thompson played, you still found the ways to put him on the floor, including that game in overtime when he played in overtime where he shouldn't have been on the court in overtime. Playing over Cam Whitmore or Thompson. So you had him in the so you found minutes for him. All I'm saying is when Easton comes back, the way Cam Whitmore playing, I expect Ime Udoka to keep the same energy and keep the same thing and find ways to Cam Whitmore to get on the floor and stay in the rotation, not put him out the rotation because Easton is back. You got to find ways to keep him on the floor.
100%, and that is a hard part of coaching. Is like you want to get Dylan Brooks at least 28 minutes a night. You want to get your starting lineup at least 28 minutes a night across the board, and then you want Tari and Cam to play honestly probably 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that is a hard task, especially you want Amin to play about 20 minutes a night. That is going to be hard to maintain that, But I mean, Ime, bro, you went to the finals. I believe in you. I believe in what you can do. So, I don't see why that's not impossible here. So I think that's going to wrap up our Houston season grades part 1. Now, I think we should do something a little special in honor of the Brooklyn Nets. I haven't touched this thing in months, but guys, I think I'm going to run a tankathon spin. Dante, are you against that? Can I run a tankathon?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's run a little tankathon spin. All right. So I haven't done one of these since we had our draft way back, right? And my goodness. All right, let me get that up there. There we go.
So, right. Well, we got the Brooklyn Nets pick. I forgot.
Yes, sir. So let me extend that. But yeah, so since we have the Brooklyn Nets pick, right? So we fall here right now in 9th in the order. So we've got a couple teams that are above us, and that's okay. With the Detroit
6-40, man, Jesus,
man, that's tough, man. That's just tough. I'm just glad it's not us anymore. I'm just glad it's not Houston there anymore. So anyway, let's run this tankathon spin. All right, let's see what happens. Hey, it's a 4th pick.
We got the 4th pick. Okay. Yeah, we get another impact player. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. So say we do get the 4th pick, right? Just for all intents and purposes, I feel like we have too many people that we're trying to end up, move around, and train and grow as it is. So I wouldn't be opposed to packaging that 4th pick up with a couple of players to maybe get us like somebody good, someone good, potentially even a starting caliber player.
Like I said again, I don't mind that. Like I say, since we are going to be winning games and we're going to be winning games, I don't mind packing that pick and get someone else. But again, I say Ime Udoka, he know how to develop talent and he know how to get the best out of players. Again, I'm just happy about this team. And again, we're going to do something at the trade deadline. I think we're going to be aggressive. We're talking about, we're in the Robert Williams sweepstakes or the Clint Capella sweepstakes. I wouldn't mind a reunition of him coming off the bench and getting some backup minutes for, LP when like I said, again, I think we're going to make some moves at the trade deadline. And I think if I'm a guess, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think Oladipo definitely will be moved. Jock Landale definitely will be out off our team.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm going to say Tate will be off our team at the end of the day. I'm going to say Tate will be off our team. So we've been aggressive. We're also in the mention with Malcolm Brogdon. He's going to be a good help coming off the bench as well. So we're going to have some pieces to come in here that's going to help us, especially that we in the thick of things in the play-in tournament. We're definitely going to be aggressive at the trade deadline. I do expect Ime Udoka and Raphael Stone to be aggressive at the trade deadline.
Yeah, definitely. So that's almost going to wrap it up, except we do have a special announcement to make here on the podcast. With our guy AD over there, we've been kind of come out with some stuff, so we may or may not be having some merch dropping soon. We may or may not be trying to get some stuff going on. So stay tuned to see how you getting some merch as well. You know, if you are interested in getting some merch, you can go ahead and DM me at drip, that's 2Ps_GAWD, or you can DM our boy Dante over there at Coach Dante 31, or feel free to DM the main account here at H-TownRundown, excuse me, and just let us know that you're interested. You know, how you can get some of this merch. Just go ahead and let us know. Merch, man. You gotta let us know. As well as we do have some special guests coming on the next few episodes, not the next podcast, but down the line in February, starting down, we're gonna have some new guests. But the date you guys need to pay attention to is February 19th. It is 2 weeks, Monday from now. We're gonna have your Houston Rockets main guy for Locked On Rockets, Jackson Gatlin, on the podcast. We're gonna have the big man. Yeah, we want the big man himself on the pod, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. So if you guys are interested for the episode, you better stay tuned, watching us and letting us know. You know, we're also letting on other people. You know, if you're a fan of the pod, man, if you're really interested, trying to get your voice out, if you got something to say, you know, just let us know. Maybe we can get you on the pod. Maybe you just gotta let us know. We're all about interacting with the fans, what we can do, you know, and spread it around. You know, sometimes you got an opinion that you don't feel like is being heard enough on Houston Twitter, or just in general, your community that you're talking to, whether it's a Reddit page, or Facebook, or Instagram. Just let us know. We'll be interested to have you on the podcast. Just let us know, DM us, and we'll always be here to be available. Dante, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to follow this account at H-TownRundown. Yeah, we saying it again. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or the X app as well. Be sure to follow me, your main host, Preston Simpson, at drip, that's 2Ps_GAWD, for Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook. I got one of those. Yeah, we trying to link with the oldies out there. And then we got Dante, man. You know, make sure you follow him at Coach Dante 31. Please follow his account out there on YouTube, man. He's got hella followers out there. He talks about sports all the time. NFL, Astros, Houston Rockets, man, whatever it is, you name it. Go hit him up for any of that kind of information. He's kind of a guru or sports guru over there. He is the sports library, by the way. So you know, you gotta let us know, you know. And then do not forget to follow the main host of the channel. That man is Arthur. He is a great man. He is AD. But we also know him as @Booley60, BOLEY 60. That's our guy over there on the X app. So be sure to go check him out. He's also got an Instagram called The Great What It Is. Make sure you go follow that out over there on Instagram. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Share us around. And by the way, in the comments below, let us know what you would grade the front office and coaching staff. We're interested to see what you guys are thinking. So go ahead and let us know what your thoughts are. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Dante, see you next week.
See y'all next
week.
week.
Sir.